Scientific inquiry is currently stalled at two distinct scales. We cannot account for the vast majority of the physical cosmos, and we cannot explain the internal, subjective network of the human mind. This chart represents the standard model of cosmology. Everything directly observable, stars, planets, and biological life, accounts for 5% of the universe. The remaining 95% consists of dark matter and dark energy, phenomena known only through their gravitational influence. Neurobiology faces a similar explanatory gap, known as the hard problem of consciousness. While we can map topographical firing patterns, physical science lacks a mechanism to explain how biological matter generates subjective experience. The materialist framework assumes physical matter is the primary reality. In this view, consciousness is a secondary byproduct of biological evolution. However, both fields have reached a plateau. Decades of research have not produced a direct detection of dark matter particles, and no physical source for consciousness has been found within the neural architecture. The model we are exploring inverts this relationship. It proposes that awareness is the fundamental layer of reality, and physical matter is what emerges from it. This thesis suggests the 95% of the cosmos currently classified as dark represents a pre-conscious informational substrate rather than missing physical mass. To evaluate this, we must synthesize the principles of emergent gravity, integrated information theory, and quantum Darwinism. The challenges in particle physics and neuroscience may be addressed by the same shift in perspective, redefining reality as an informational field of awareness. To understand space as a pre-conscious field, we move away from an empty container model. Instead, we look at the underlying data structuring it. At the quantum level, reality appears to be composed of relational information rather than solid substance. The holographic principle demonstrates this mathematically. A three-dimensional volume's information can be encoded on its two-dimensional boundary. Loop quantum gravity refines this, suggesting these bits link into fundamental networks. Therefore, space-time is not a physical fabric, but a massive relational data network. This informational structure provides a framework for the pre-conscious field. Dark matter and energy represent the state of this field before manifesting as physical form. This suggests the universe is an informational blueprint, supporting both physical objects and conscious experience. We see this substrate's effects clearly at cosmic scales. Galactic rotation speeds suggest an unseen influence providing structural support to visible stars. Eric Verlinde's theory of emergent gravity provides an explanation that doesn't require undiscovered particles. In this model, gravity is a macroscopic byproduct of information patterns and quantum entanglement rather than a fundamental force. Gravitational pull occurs without physical mass, produced by the density of the informational network itself. Dark matter becomes the pre-conscious scaffolding dictating visible cosmic architecture. Dark matter provides the framework, dark energy drives the expansion, and emergent quantum information binds the cosmic architecture. There is a documented structural similarity between the filaments of the cosmic web and the neural pathways of the human brain. To investigate if this structural similarity suggests a shared organizational principle, we use integrated information theory. IIT uses phi to evaluate a system's capacity to integrate information, independent of its physical material. Similar to how vast unconscious brain networks feed a central conscious broadcast, this model allows a cosmic parallel, a massive informational background feeding a localized manifestation. In this framework, the 95% dark component of the universe represents latent integration capacity. The 5% visible universe represents the explicit broadcast, where this information becomes manifest and observable. This suggests human consciousness is a localized expression of integration, occurring throughout the cosmic structure. At the quantum scale, objects exist as waves of probability until they interact with an environment and settle into a definite state. This state of multiple potential outcomes existing at once is known as quantum superposition. Quantum Darwinism explains how a single classical reality emerges. Environmental interaction forces probabilities to undergo decoherence, effectively selecting the most robust state to manifest. This suggests the dark matter functions as the selective environment at a universal scale. The preconscious field filters states based on their alignment and resonance with the underlying informational structure. The dark universe acts as the mechanism determining which quantum possibilities manifest as physical reality. To help us visualize the profound relationship between fundamental information and physical matter, we can use the concept of the Mobius strip. On one surface, we observe the physical world of visible matter. Following the twist, we arrive at subjective experience. The geometry reveals these are not separate substances, but two sides of the same surface. This single foundation is the preconscious dark field. This informational approach shares conceptual ground with Eastern descriptions of a generative void, such as the Tao or the state of Turiya. It is important to note that this model is a speculative philosophical map rather than a proven law of physics. Xerithication would require shifting our focus from computational complexity to measuring harmonic resonance between different scales of reality. It also suggests that human awareness is an intrinsic part of this cosmic architecture. This perspective reframes the cosmos as a field structured by awareness, where physical forms emerge from a preconscious substrate.